Bom dia, bom dia, bom dia, bom dia. Me escutam aí? Estou testando aqui o som. Vocês me escutam, gente? Por favor, mandem um oi aí. Bom dia. Bom dia, João. Você me escuta ali? Estou testando aqui. Ah, ótimo. Excelente. Então, vamos sair começando com o nosso mini índice, então. Deixa eu colocar aqui. Perfeito. Só um momento, já volto. Vamos lá então. Ok. Vamos analisar rapidamente aqui o índice. Quem que está em linha? Who is in line right now? Hi Mark, how you doing? Yeah, let's start here where, before the market, we have 19 minutes before the US markets open. Bom dia, Milton. Vamos analisar rapidamente aqui, então, aproveitando o tempo, antes de abrir o mercado americano, de analisar o Mini-Índice Brasil. Então, a gente tem aqui no diário, interessante, o Ash e duas pernas para baixo, fez perna 1, perna 2 e foi testar a mínima, fazendo um double bottom. Isso aqui poderia ser uma configuração de MTR nos tempos gráficos maiores. A gente já teve uma coisa similar aqui, onde a gente poderia pensar nisso também, né? Então, estamos acima de um ponto de swing. Então, está baixo realmente com relação ao diário. Por isso, ontem eu deixei uma comprinha de ontem para hoje, né? E até fiz uma parcial na abertura. Por isso, fiquei com o meu médio lá embaixo, tá? Então é isso. Agora, vamos ver os 15 minutos aqui, os 5 minutos, o que a gente tem aqui como pontos de swing. Primeiro, e suportes e resistências. Então nós temos aqui a mínima do dia anterior, que é o suporte, né? Então estou comprado ali, eu vou colocar meu stop embaixo dela, um pouco mais embaixo, né? Você que vai lá fazer. Temos um swing aqui nesse ponto na 113, que é bom a gente marcar, tá? E também a gente tem esse swing aqui, esse topo, que é onde o preço está nesse momento. Então eu vou marcar ali o swing. E aqui esse ponto realmente falhou aí a barra 1 nesse ponto. Então, vamos lá. Tem um micro gap aqui que foi preenchido na barra 1 exatamente. Então, provavelmente esse ponto a gente precisa ver o que acontece com esse ponto ali na abertura. Certo? Perdão, quando for retestado. E o dia de hoje, basicamente, na abertura, é um TTR. A gente pode ver aqui claramente. Um TTR, TTR aqui, here. Tá? Vou colocar ele da corzinha que eu gosto, que é aquela corzinha. Ups. Tá bom. Então esse é o TTR que a gente tem, opening TTR. 1, 2, 3 tentativas de ir para baixo e falhou, talvez vai tentar romper para cima agora. Isso, alvos. Então a gente tem um alvo de diário aqui. Eu diria que é interessante, essa mínima 93, 127 mil. Esse alvo aqui, 127.600 e 600, vai. Esse gap de swing aqui é um bom alvo. Então vamos ter esse número aí pendente aqui para swing, tá? Então temos a máxima do dia anterior também aqui. Vamos marcar que é um bom alvo, está bastante amplo até lá. Então para swing dá para buscar esse alvo. Bom, então é isso aqui na análise do mini índice. Por enquanto, opening range, nada a se fazer, a menos de que você quer comprar aqui embaixo e vender aqui em cima no TTR, buscando o swing para algum dos lados, né? Então, um rompimento para algum dos lados dá para fazer também, né? Obviamente, o TTR, o bom do TTR é que ele é muito confiável. Ele falha para um lado e falha para o outro. De alguma forma, isso aqui é um triângulo, né? Isso aqui é um triângulo, tá bem, né? Um triângulo descendente. Então, geralmente rompem para cima, né? Usualmente. Bom, então vamos lá. Vamos no mercado americano, então. Mercado americano, in the S&P, well, we have, this is the daily chart, and then we have a tentative to break out this flag up and fail, right? This is an H2 flag that was trying to break up and fail. And then it goes below 5305, the 306 that was tested in a micro double bottom, and then breakout down 5305. So this is the first thing. 5305 is 5305, 5306. This low here, it needs to be revisited. Look at where the price is right now. It's right there right now in the Globex session, right? So what we can expect from the opening, probably we can expect a failure right here, and we can say that right after we have this breakout here, this is high because this is the breakout point here, and then we can expect, look for this climax target here, so 5264. So I will bet that we'll have this failure here, right? And even I will sell that bar, right? Stop above. I will bet that we're gonna get at least this low here in 5266. Let's see. Okay, but this low here is minimum for a swing, right? But let's see how it's gonna open. So my stop needs to be above this high, 53, this low, 53. It's 5305.75, and this one is 5306.75. So 5307, there will be my stop. It's at 8 points, right? So we have 12 minutes to go for opening, right? Let's see. But I will say this is a wedge here, right? So we try to break out the wedge in a climax, and then, well, it looks like we were going up, right? And say this is 1, 2, 3 legs up. This is a wedge top probably here. I'm failing. So if it is a wedge top starting here, we can aim in the long run. We can aim or target this low here in 5217, right? So that could be an scenario. So this low here is a good target in the daily chart in that sense. But another thing is that this is a channel line. So we try to break out the channel line, and then, as I said, Albrook says, in the next 5 bars we can get back to the channel line. So we're getting back to the channel here, the next 5 bars, as Albrook said. So this bar having follow through, we might be testing the moving average here. We have several bars without touching moving average here. Not 20, I think. No, we don't have 20 yet. But this could be an scenario, right? So this moving average here is a good magnet too, right? So that's the S&P situation right now. So I will say that this swing here, this low is the breakout point, right? We see there. So that was a low probability event yesterday. This breakout, below a wedge. We have a wedge here. right? So this breakout in the 53 that I took that short is a low probability event, right? So as all low probability events, most of them, they are revisit the breakout point. That's what they are doing right now in the Globex session, right? So they are revisiting this point here. So I'll say that, we can test a lot of yesterday, the previous low here. This is the breakout point, and then probably trend resumption to make leg one, leg two, like this, for example. Leg one, pull back here, leg two there. It goes to 5238, at least. If we go to the daily chart, 5238 is right here in the moving average. Something will be here, so it's something feasible to have. Okay, so that's the scenario that I'm looking for today as a trading strategy. Do you have any questions there, or you want to explore any entries from yesterday or something? All right, no questions. So let's continue taking a look on here. So we have a wedge here in the Globex, and then wedge, and you expect two legs down, but then we went one leg, right? Morning, one leg here, right? And then we have this huge bar, couple of huge bar here. And when you see this, you see, well, this could be a wedge fail because it's just make one leg. So remember that for a wedge, you're expecting a couple of legs down, right? So when you have a wedge like this and you have just one leg like this could be a low probability event, as we have yesterday, and a breakout up, right? But then we are testing that breakout point. That's why setters show up, right? So if you just see, this bar and both the close on both above, and you don't consider the context in the left, considering this like a breakout pullback, you can even be tempted to buy this here, right? And then you can be trapped out. Probably you will be stopped because we are high versus the breakout point that I already mentioned, right? It's basically things. So this is a climax, eventually looking for that breakout point. Morning, Alex. Well, one thing that I like a lot is to see what's happening here. When we test those lows, right? Those swings up, down, right? It's a kind of double bottom, but it's, it goes below this swing. So we are really in a kind of trading range, expanding triangle here. So probably we're gonna have a definition in 5 minutes what's gonna happen, right? Então, nosso mini índice. Bom dia a todo o pessoal aí do Brasil. Continua falhando aqui nessa mínima. Da 2. Mas já botou uma barra 16 embaixo do TTR, né? Então, interessante. Vamos ver se ela não teve continuidade. A gente pode dizer que tem uma perna, duas pernas, três pernas. Tem uma wedge aqui. Wedge here. Tá. E até bonita, né? Para comprar mais. Vamos ver que nos dá essa barra 18. Melhor esperar pela abertura de Nova York, né? Tá todo lateral aqui. 15 minutos, bem lateral. Reforçando aqui que isso aqui não tem nenhum tipo o finalidade, objetivo aqui é bem mais educativo, né? Então, pessoal, nada de calls. Obviamente vocês vão me ver treinando aqui da forma que eu faço, mas eu não quero dizer que aqui cada um tem o seu risco, cada um tem o seu capital, tem que estar cuidando do seu capital. Então, não estou dando aqui dicas de como fazer isso, simplesmente mostrando um pouco do que o conhecimento que eu tenho sobre price action, né? E os padrões que a gente poderia operar aqui. Basicamente isso, cada um é dono das suas próprias decisões, tá? Ready for the fun. This micro gap here is interesting, but to be honest, I'll not buy here until we have a breakup of this here, this area here. Maybe I'm gonna expand a little bit more because I'm gonna put my 10 points stop here. Alright, so let's move to the A good signal bar, bear signal bar, would be great for an early swing like yesterday in that area. Bom, faltando 2 minutos, parece que o mini-índice quer com o pé para baixo mesmo, né? Com essa 19 poderia ser uma boa entrada short, dependendo de a gente, como essa barra fecha, né? Se essa barra fechar embaixo desse 7, então seria um rompimento desse padrão aqui, né? Big one is testing the breakout point here. So let's see if we have followed through that bar. So for the bulls wants to make an FBO of this low here and get back to resume the bull trend eventually, right? So what we're looking here, bears are looking this failure here in this area, right? So a good, bear signal bar would be great, to have a swing down here. A barra de C9 fechou dentro do TTR, né, dentro dos limites inferiores, ainda um FBO, né? Não dá para sair embaixo dela se essa barra vier de novo para baixo. Então eu vou colocar meu stop ali. E eventualmente eu venderia ali, né? Também. So if we have a follow through bull here and my stop is not hit, I'll trail my stop in any bull bar here. So I don't want 3 bars going up in sequence. Wedge in Globex, let me take a look. It is, well, I think this is a new move, Alex. Yeah. It's leg 1, pull back leg 2 probably. Hey? Yeah. We might go there, here, close to my stop. But again, we are in a resistance there, so we need a good bear bar here. In any sense, if it's a wedge, fine. If it's 2 legs up and after a wedge, also is fine. So it's pretty much the same outcome, right? So we need a bear signal bar coming. Look at this. Oh, we were looking for a signal bar, so we have a signal bar. It's exactly touch on the low of the previous day, and also it's a swing where we have the low probability event in the 50. Why the 50? Because we have here 43, 47. That's a channel line. It's a wedge. So 50 was the first, was the breakout bar of this wedge here. So I started the low probability event. So when there, and then the 51, 52, and 53, they confirmed the low probability event. So we're in there. So guys, remember, this is educational only, okay? You need to take care of your capital risk and all this stuff. This is not about recommendation or calls of trading. This is just to try to learn together about Albrook's methodology and how we can apply in the real time, right? This is even most important. Sometimes we see in the statics charts, we see all, fresh and so easy. When we are in the real time trading, it's not so easy as we thought, right? So that's the intention here, okay? So you want to trade, use your own judgment. Just, you have any question, I'm here to, if I can address it, just let me know in the chat, and I'll in the comments. I'll answer for you if I'm able to. Okay. Bom, barra 20, uma boa barra dentro do DTR. Acho que está falhando nesse ponto aqui, está operando acima desse swing. Provavelmente a gente possa ter um bom breakout para cima, né? Vamos ver. Tá com cara. Tá falhando na EMA dos 15 minutos aqui, mas ainda é um mercado de ordem limitadas, né? Ainda é um mercado de ordem limitadas. No follow through, os barras bears, isso bom para os bulls. E o preço se mantendo acima desse swing. Então, provavelmente a gente vai buscar esses patamares lá em cima de preços. E aqui, here, so we don't want this, we don't want this, it's not looking good. Now we can have a wedge here in the, third legs up or so. But the lack of interest of bears for selling below 2 is called my attention because we are high. So it shouldn't happen. But then, well, it could be just a TTR from the opening. Right? Let's see, we have a bear bar here, and then we can say, well, this is a TTR for now. And then we should wait more price action, right? Esse aqui pode ser um bom rompimento, se 9,20, e aí eu vou comprar acima dela. Stop baixo da 20. 20 está virando a mínima desse padrão, então se romper, premissa é rompimento para cima. Se romper, isso a 20 vai virar um suporte maioritário, um stop técnico. Então não deveria vir embaixo da 20, né? Taking a look again on the daily chart, you see we're testing this low here. So this is a swing point. That's why I say inspecting sellers there, right? So we can expect those sellers coming here to the moving average of this target, climax target here. So usually when we have a climax bar like this, or even the lag, these lows are targets, right? For today, I'm looking for this one, 5268. I think that we can get there with moving average close, right? Is there any questions there? H2 fell. Yes, my friend. That's great. This is the first time, Mark. You've been here watching. A turn range this will be in favor of bears. Good question. Good question. You know, in the way that we have more time there in a trading range, yes, it kind of equals the chances for each side. So, and then I always try to make this question. So when you expect bears, right? When you expect bears high, they need to be aggressive high. So you need to have that bears presence there. Once they start to be sideways for a long time, then you have to question yourself why the bears are not being aggressive when we are high, right? So in some way you say, well, they are not positioned themselves or being aggressive to be short high when it's supposed to be. So probably the bulls are stronger than we thought, high on trading range. So it's, in a sideways of more than 10 bars could even be benefit for a bull if if you stay too long there, right? So we expect something that is happening right now. H2 this is H1, so because 2 were above, and then 3 is H2, right? So this 4 is a failed H2, is a great setup for getting short, right? Of course, below that bar is probably better because it closes within the bar 1, so it could be just trading range, right? But below 4, we might have this trading range breakout, and then at least a measure move down of that trading range like this. Look at this, right? So if you're a scalper, you're looking for a take profit, it will be this point. A scalper will take profit in this point here. This is one way. Another way is you take this bar, you enter with a stop order below that bar. This will be your take profit level for scalpers. Okay. I like to make swings, so I'm looking for the low of yesterday at least as a target, right? Because we think that this could be even the high of the day. Eventually, we're high in a trading range, right? Ó, falhou dentro disso aqui. Então isso aqui, continuamos no DTR, e isso aqui quer dizer que pode ir para baixo mesmo, buscar. A barra é boa, né, nos 15 minutos, ó. Maior fechamento do dia, barra é boa. A gente pode pensar que são uma, duas, três pernas para baixo, fazer umas duas pernas para cima. Então a gente pode pensar que ainda poderia ter uma outra tentativa daí acima aqui. Mas é um TT, então melhor esperar. Hi Matt, how are you doing? Morning. So we have a signal but not good follow through, but now we are selling. So if a signal bar doesn't have follow through, it's a good sell. It is a good sell, or what other factors do you look out for? It depends on the context one, right? So the context in the legs is important. So we know that we are in a resistance here. We are the top of the breakout pullback location here. So we were expecting sellers here above, right? So B1, right, fell into the first thing that you think when B1 fail and make this signal bar is, well, at least we're gonna have a tentative, right, a second tentative to go down, at least, right, because you have buyers trap out above 1. So when 3 came up here, above 1, you have buyers getting out on 4. So that's why the H2 failure here in 4, right? And then closing below 3 is disappointing for the ones that bought above 3, right? And then they are disappointing. That's why 5 could be a good, it is the bar that it is, a good trending bar, because the buyers are starting to get out, right? Basically that. And where they're gonna scale in eventually here, 101, probably here or above in this. So where they started to buy here, right? Look at this. And then they're going to probably scale in this area. If they're not able to do it, if they, for example, we have here a tail with with bulls buying, and then we can say, well, they're coming here to the 50%, to the low of 1, and exiting 50 in the 50% here, and then they're gonna swing down here. So that's probably what could happen. But another thing we need to see is what happened below 3. You see? We have a gap there. So why this gap is here? Because bulls are exiting with urgency. That's what's happened. So probably this low of 3 is not gonna be tested in the coming bars if we are in a strong trend, right? If we are in a strong trend, this low of 3 is not gonna be tested in the coming bars, at least the coming 6 bars. If we are not in a strong trend, then this will fill out, this below 3 will be fill out, this macro gap, and then we can say, oh, it is not so strong, right? So those are the pressure elements that we can use to determine if we are in a strong trend or not. for example. Low one, this is a good. There is a good probability to be tested, right? Because it's also the 50% of the bulls to getting out break even. So they're buying here, probably to get out break even here. All right. Thanks for your questions, Matt. Look at this. Oh, senhores. Vamos ver o que passa aqui, mas para mim falhou para cima, vou tentar romper para baixo, então eu acho que isso aqui fez duas pernas. Não, uma perna só, né? Tô deixando o micro gap aqui acima. Eu acho que a gente está chegando no momento de pensar uma vendinha curta. Mas aqui é perigo vender aqui embaixo, né? Mas uma falha também na ponta do swing. Provavelmente, se ele romper, fechando uma boa barra, seria interessante essa venda ali. Now I'll move my stop above B2. Why? This is the top of the trading range, of course. And then we don't want this leg fail, right? So I think that we want to follow through this, right? Wow. Look at that bar. Probably it's a news or something coming. I don't know. But this is a bar with urgency, right? So this could be something unexpected. See what's happening. Out, took my stops or points. Is something here that is not normal. So this urgency, so probably a news or something. And then scenario is changing right now. So what happened above this blue line is an FPO, right, of this low probability event. So now we need to switch probably to buy. Continuamos no nosso TTR famoso aqui no índice, tá? Vamos ver. Bars are big, 6 point. So Take a look on the 1 minute chart. Is there any news that came up right now? Let me see here. Yeah, there were some news, but was not listed here as a high, impact. Yeah. Yeah, revised consumer sentiment. Okay. Consumer sentiment. I will not sell this bar. I'm just trying to see how it's gonna close. If it's gonna close above this line or no. But it's expanding triangle right now. It's really dangerous expanding triangle. Or it's just an FBO of this TTR here. To be careful. Trading range. Try to break up. And it's trying to break up here. 5, 3, 10. Do you look at pre-market data on a 1 minute, Eddie? At which point do you stop looking at pre-market and only look at the open? From the opening, I like to use pre-market data. Yes, I like to use pre-market data from the opening. Sometimes we got good patterns in the opening that can lead us to a good swing on the regular 10 hours. So yes, I use that data and that reference that we have there, right? So we see here pre-market data. We can say, this is a channel line here, right? Kind of wedge, but you see here it's a double bottom too, but we don't see that in regular 10 hours, right? This is 2 bars here. This is a double bottom, right? So it could be meaningful this for the long term. For example, here above this bar, this could be a wedge, failed wedge setup. So it could accelerate up and makes sense because we are in a resistance zone. So above this bar, we can have acceleration up, and sometimes, well, what is that happening, right? So it's because it's breaking out a wedge in the globe session, right? So yes, I use 1 minute chart. I use this 1 minute chart. This is a ETH 1 minute chart. So I use it for reference. But 1 minute I use just when we are in a strong trend. We want to see evidence. We want to look for evidence that we are in a strong trend. For example, if this bar is a spike, and then we have a pullback within the spike and testing the moving average here, we can have evidence that we are in a trend, for example, right? And that's how we use 1 minute chart. Also, we use 1 minute chart when we were looking for flags, right? And then a wedge full flag in the 1 minute chart will be a good entry in favor of the trend, for example. So right now we see this, right? Micro gap here. And then we can, for example, take a look on 1 minute chart and say what's really happened here. One leg after a spike, second leg down here, right? So if we for example have this test here that is happening right now, and then it fails going up, right, making a H2 here, then we can say, oh, we probably are in a trend, right? That's the use that I do for 1 minute chart. I don't use 1 minute chart in the pre-market data. Pre-market, it's too small, and misleading, so it's not useful. In pre-market, use 5 minute chart. It's fine. It's, bars are really small, 1-2 points top, and then it's more reliable. But when we are in regular 10 hour, you can use 1 minute when we are in a good trend. For example, spike, one leg, two legs, and then we have here a good signal bar in a trend. It means a good entry, for example, right? Did I answer your question? No mini índice, continuamos no mesmo TTR, né? Beautiful. So we have 1 minute to go, but if this is a bull bar, guys, probably the price will go up. This will be an FPO, and then probably will go up and try to resume the bull trend. Can you imagine that? Let's go to look at this. We don't have gaps here, right? But we might have bulls trap out above this 5350. So we might be eventually above this, again coming back to this trading range, right? It's just an outside bar. We have an inside outside bar, and then we might have a day of micro gap below. We have a good behavior here in 1 minute chart. Let's see. If the bears are strong here, then they're gonna fail below 8, right? They're gonna fail on trigger 8 like an L2. Well, this is gonna be an L1, in fact. Okay. Well, let's see. Aqui no índice eu vou marcar essa máxima aqui, essa close, para ver o que acontece acima dela. Aí sim eu estaria disposto a comprar mais. Pô, tem alguém do Brasil aqui na live, gente? Falem oi aí, se tem alguém do Brasil aí. Tem ninguém do Brasil na live? So it's triggered. I'm gonna put my stop here. And then this is a swing. Ah, Diogo. Tomara que tudo saia bem com sua filha aí, tá? Fica aí à vontade, my friend. So B9, you can consider a good signal bar. Below that bar is gonna be below the moving average there. So if trigger, probably it's gonna get down. So, but at the same time, it was just in the moving average, right? So we might have very strong trend. We can have buyers here and then buy that bar, right? That was essentially what I was not looking for. I was looking for a good bear bull bar at this stage, but we didn't. But at the same time, if you are managing with premises, is if you're in a strong trend in a bull trend, then we should have bars failing in touching this moving average here, right? So good signal bar again. You see we have followed through here and then complete that breakout up, right? Yes, that's the 20, yeah, 1 minute, yes. Same moving average. So at this stage, I don't want bars going below 9, so I'll I put my stop here, right? Just risking 6 points. 85. So we also can consider this like a leg 1 from here, pull back, leg 2 up, and see, and do this like this. Leg 1, pull back, leg 2, and going here the open of the week. Or this low, or even here, you want pull back, leg 2 here. So we have that, considering this leg as a one leg up, pull back, leg 2, is also a way to look for targets up, right? Great bar 10, greater by 10. It's all that we want, a close above this blue line here. So this is an FBO. So we can expect some acceleration up above that 10, right? So we don't expect bars coming below. We have a pressure element here, this micro gap on fill, right? So it's a good configuration here. So we have a spike and then a small pullback here, and then 10 will might have follow through. This will configure a tight channel breakout here. And probably we're gonna have the test of this 60 minutes moving average here. So we need to take a look on that 60-minute moving average, because we usually were failing at that, right? So you see in the left, when touching the 60-minute moving average, we have been failing and rejecting them and going up, right? Here is another example, 29, right? What's happening is that when we have this breakout, that was the first one that came strongly below the 60-minute moving average, and then with the news here, we tried to, there was basically the Nvidia news here, right? We tried to break up and fail in B1, and then we started to test again. That's why we kept, here in the expanding triangle in this area, and then another breakout down, and we might be making a swing in that, that area too. So we can say that we might be testing this area and see what's happened there. This low here, 5315. Nossa, esse índice está bonito, hein? Let's see what's happening here. I just got Albrook's, yeah, just got Albrook's courses, and just that's why I just trading, just Albrook's methodology. From the beginning, I have the lucky man that just entered with Albrook's. I don't have any another methodology behind my trading system or management. So I don't know FIBO technique or whatever, or or flow. Nothing on. I just get into Albrook's from the beginning. So we expect acceleration out from this above 10. So let's see. It's a good follow through, very good follow through indeed. You see here rejection of moving average the third time, didn't get into, right? So you didn't touch them. So probably it's the acceleration, the urgency that we're looking for. Olá, Milton, tudo bem? Vamos lá. Brasil, Milton. Barra careca. Não é boa não. Tá? Barra careca no topo de um trading range como esse aqui, um TTR, é um clímax. Tá? Então provavelmente essa barra 30 vai ser uma barra bear. Se não for uma barra bear, então aí os bulls estão fortes. Tá? Mas isso aqui temos que esperar mesmo o rompimento, né? Tem até uma wedge aqui, ó. Se a gente quiser. Não é uma wedge, uma linha de canal. Interessante ver o que acontece aqui. Cada vez está melhor para os bulls, né? Duas boas barras aqui. Vamos ver. Well, acceleration up as we expected right now, so it's a tight channel. Guys, we have a good potential to get a good swing here. Let's see here, and we can even add in eventually using 1 minute chart after the breakout. So this is an FBO swing point here. But this is part what Matt was asking, sometime, some minutes ago about, you know, what about if we don't have a good signal bar for bears and we keep, sideways? This is another example of that. Price action. What should be after an L2 like this? This is L1. L1. This is low one, right? That is the first tentative for bears, right? L1. And this is L2. This bar 4, right? This is the first tentative for the bears to going down, and this is the second tentative to the bears to resume their bear trend. We are in a bear trend, right? So you see clear here, bear trend. So this is the second tentative for resume the bear trend. And failed here, 6, 7. So we can say this is an L2 fail, right? So when it happens, right, we say, we are not anymore in a bear trend, at least in these bars, right? We are in a bear trend here. We can fail here and go down again, but at least in the next bars, 6 to 10 bars, we are not in a bear trend. We might be 1 in a trading range, or 2 in a failure flag, right? And then came back as an FBO of this swing point here, right? So when it's happening here with 7 happened that it stopped me out below 2, is because we don't expect this bar 7. We expect after this 6, sellers here is going down as a flag, right? We don't expect that 7. So when 7 happens, your premise on bear flag is gone. And then you need to shift to, well, we need some confirmation on some reference that tell me that we are, or in the contrary, as a flag failure, or just keeping trading range for the next parts. Right? In this case, happens the contrary. It's a flag failure. It's a L2 flag failed here. In that sense, we're gonna get up for at least the next 10 bars. And this measure move up will be one first, target for scalpers. Interested to see how we are in 1 minute chart, because this is a micro channel, good micro channel, breaking out, right? I think that we have another gap here. With my friend Alex here. Low 5309. Yeah, we have another gap here. This happens when we have a good breakout. This is characteristic of good breakout. You have gaps being left unfilled like this. All right. So we're in a safe, let's say, at least tight channel trend at the beginning breakout. Good bars closing on the highs or close to the highs. Looks healthy, right? So let's see. Good, Alex. We just have more 30 minutes, but let's see what's happening here. Here we have a breakout. Temos um breakout aqui. Agora sim vou comprar. Comprar cima essa barra. Esperando aqui. Stop aqui embaixo. Estamos perto dessa resistência aqui, né? Mas isso é um gap que tem aí. Isso. Já foi preenchido. Então agora é para cima. 126. 150. Aí. 101. Perfeito. Vamos lá. Esse micro gap fica aberto aqui. Fica aberto, estamos bem. Would you stop below B8 to be considered good stop? Okay, good question. Remember why I put my stop there? Because the premise is gone there. Right after this thing come up, we don't want bars going below 8. Because the premise that I'm getting in here is a breakout, right? So you can wait by 10, to close the 10 and use the 10 as a stop because this is a breakout leg. So you use the start of the breakout as a stop. That's a technical stop. So it's enough in that case because we are breaking out. If we don't break that out, that was my premise. I'm just buying above 8, looking for the breakout, right? So in that case, 8 will be the start of the breakout. That's why I put my stop there. And I keep it there because we're breaking out. This 13 is not a good bar, but it's a pause. Let me see in the 1 minute chart. Yeah. We might have buyers below 13. Or testing this high. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I think that we're gonna test this moving average in the 60 minute chart first. It's gonna be one leg pull back, second leg, and then probably we're gonna have the third legs up. Gap closed. This is not good. It's penetrating on the moving average, so I'm expecting buyers below 13. Okay, bars are bigger, 6 points. Oh. What is the true average of this one? It's a 4-point bar still. How can we differentiate between a trend and a possible top of trading range? Well, to confirm a top of trading range, you need at least 3 or 4 bars failing in that, in that area. Let's say that way, right? When we have, for example, here we have 1, 2 legs up, and then we're gonna get the third legs up. Then you can say, well, we still have a push up, there, right? And we might enter into a 2 legs trading range, TBTL, 10 bar 2 legs, when we have the third push up, right? Basically, you can expect that. But when you have legs without micro gaps opens, you know, the most possible outcome is a trading range, right? So when you don't have enough pressure for one side that can make a price displacement, then you feel, well, this is going more sideways rather than, trending. So that's when you can feel, wow, this is not going so far. So when you say this is not going so far, it's probably it's gonna stay sideways. But here we have a micro channel, right? So this 13 after a micro channel, this 14 needs to be bought because that's what normally happens on micro channel patterns. You are in strong trend, this is a micro channel, this 14 needs to be bought. Could be bought in the same bar if the bulls are so eager to get in, right? Or the bears are eager to get out, right? But it could be bought in the next bar, right? So, but this is just L1. So when I'm making swing, for example, I expect L2s to exit, not L1. So this bar probably could be bought, okay? You have 20 seconds to go and this bar is forming here. So this is in 1 minute, this is the first tentative and this is the second tentative in 1 minute, right? So we have a bull bar here. It's gonna be the second tentative to go up, right? In a micro channel. Okay, H2 here. We have %50 of the bull bar here. So it's bigger here. So it's good. It's looking good. This is an H2, so out. Let's see. We could have even this bar coming here below 11, testing this pink line here and going up again. It's normal. We were in a trading range here, so it's possible to have that test and go up again. But didn't trigger my enter here and was failing again here. So, o índice tá bonito, hein? Tá daquele jeito. Uma, duas, três puxadas, hein? Tá daquele jeito o índice. Yeah, you could go there to test the 50% of for the open of the day. Yeah, yeah, 50% of this bull flag, this bull. So you can go here, open of the day, this line, and go up too. Yeah, that's true. It needs to fail, right? So well, let's test the open of the day. Let's see if we have some bulls there. Well, I have 15 minutes more of this live, so let's see if we can really get something here. It's looking more like a trading range, of course. You can also use this two, three, like a three-speed. I will say channel line here. It's so different, but we can use that like a channel line too. But I would say that we have one, two legs up still, and probably this is gonna be the third legs up. Well, we're forming a good bar here. You see here it's making a swing in the 1 minute chart up, and it's closing above this swing point. So this could be just a breakout pullback, and then we are confirming eventually the breakup of this area. So there is two possible outcomes here. Goes here in a wedge and fail, right? This measure move up, or just break out and then will go up quickly, right? So at this stage, 16 for me is stop, because we don't want bars going below 15. It's kind of my premise will gone. We have that, you know, margin call. We could have some buyers here trying to exit in a break even or so, or disappointed for these two bars, but I don't think so. I think that we're gonna have this leg as a main, and then we might have more buyers above 16, you know, trying to get this target here. So let's see. We're about to get a good swing here if we have a good follow through. That's 16, but also we are getting into into you know this 18 bar. Albrook says that for by bar 18 we could have the low or the height of the day in 80% of the times. So let's see what it should be. Also, another thing that we can have as a rule when we are in a swing, we need to take a look on that always, is you enter here, you have the first test of your entry here. So don't let to test your entry 2 times, right? So you're in a swing. So let's see. 16 is sell is sold. So you might think on exit. So that's why I'm stop here. I will just see what's gonna happen with 17, but for me it's more likely to have a bull bar here after 16, right? It's a good, excellent signal bar. It's 16, probably the best bar of the day, right? But it could be also a climax to get the, you know, the bulls exiting here. So we need to see, this bar needs to have follow through, of course, right? For people that is online, please don't forget to click the like button there. It would be great. Good follow through 17, better, closing up almost in his highs. Two cloth closes above his highs. You see the strong bulls closing in the highs, right? The bears with some tails below. 16 is a great bar. 17.2 leaving a micro gap above 15. It means that bears are trapped out if there are bears. So we might have acceleration up. We don't know when it's gonna stop, but we have this suspicious that could goes here to this testing this 60-minute moving average, right? This low here. I don't know. It's just, let me make an horizontal line. This low here, together with the moving average, 60-minute moving average will be a great point. And this is an FBO, so this has the potential to go up and test the 5350 area here again. Of course, needs to break out this strongly that we can, and this wedge strongly in order that we can get there. Right? That's a low probability event. So we had a low probability event here. We might have, if we're in trading range, we can have low probability events here because those are commons in trading range. Right? So let's see. But it's looking good so far. Testing the area, we say. Touching the 60-minute moving average and the swing here. Right. Well, we should expect some sellers there or taking profit activity there in that area. Let's see. That was the previous low before the breaking out here, the low probability event in bar 50. So bar 50 is the target, right? Because is the start of the low probability event here. So we're testing that, that area here. So we might have some sellers there. Right? This is a climax, so obviously this could be an exaltation, 0 legs up, right? Or strong bull breakout. We don't know until it's developed all up, right? So let's see. That's a good buy, but this is an area that we expect some sellers there, so 19 might be a bear bar. So we can expect the 19 a bear bar. What's happening if not? Yeah, we need to we can prove that the bulls are stronger in that area. So, but this might be a we can expect this bar be a bear bar or doji bear, right? I'll wait. This is a good point to take profits, right? It's the swing point here. Yeah. Matt make a question here regarding when you're looking at gaps resistance, would you take the last bull week tail, or how do you measure? For making you mean for defining targets, or for just to mark the resistance? What do you mean exactly? So I'm taking the low of 19, that is the gap here, 49 here. Below 49 is the gap, right? So I'm taking the low. If you're trying to say if we use the body for that, no, I use where the gaps starts. So here we have another gap, right? Second gap, third gap here. So we keep accumulating gaps. We can make a mutual move of this gap here below, for example, 18 up, for example, as a target. Just the gap. But then we have first gap here, second gap here. This is leg one, pull back, leg two. So we have this leg one here, pull back, leg two here. So that's the target, leg two. Why I know that this is the leg one, pull back, leg two? Because we have gaps here. So the legs start when we have gaps, right? Well, thank you, Mark. Thank you for your kind words. But Al Brooks is the great of all times. No way. I've been trading with, I've been watching him trading live. I'm gonna be in Orlando next week, for example, and it's gonna be the second time I will watch him trading live. He's a genius guy. I don't think that with the knowledge that he has, he's only made lost money in low probability events, because the trade management is something really amazing. There's no comparison. He's really the best of the best. So this is gonna be leg one, starting on B5 low, right? Leg two is a B16, right? And then I just was writing, but it got there. So would you exit here? So this is a wedge, or no, this is just one leg, second leg up, right? So I will not consider this as a wedge. Proportion of the leg is leg one, pull back, leg two. We are in the target right now. 15 points in a range of 30 points, right? It's a good range for the day, right? But we are breaking out above. We're getting into the previous range. 19 is a great bar to take profit. I'll take profit here. 15 points, right? And then see if we continue going up, then we can re-enter. But it's a great take profit area there, like one, like two. It's a good range for the day. But I would suspect that it's gonna be up is going up, more up in the nuts, as we are failing of breaking out this area. So now we can expect goes to, this is another break, point, 5320, 25, right? Then we were swinging several times there. You see there in the left, look at this. We're swinging several times in this area. Swinging down and fail and then break up and go up. So we see that there was a swing area there. So we can go to the 5350 area again to test this area here. Eventually, if we have followed through this 19. But for now, that's it for now, guys. I really appreciate your time watching me here and your support. Thank you very much for being there, and well, we'll see another opportunities after I came back from Orlando to stream live here. So thank you very much for your time. Bye bye.